Cinderella is probably the most annoying character that I've ever seen in a film. I don't know whether it was Eileen Woods' portrayal of the character or the terrible script, but whatever the reason, Cinderella is comfortably placed at the bottom of this list. Aurora was much more likeable than Cinderella, but I couldn't possibly rank her any higher on this list as she was hardly in her own film. She didn't have a distinct personality and fell victim to needing a big strong man to save her trope. Raya is Disney's latest princess. She's voiced by the amazingly talented Kelly Marie Tran, who is much better here than she was in Star Wars The Last Jedi. I understand that many of you love Raya, but unfortunately I just could never get into the character or her film. I did, however, enjoy the flashback scenes to Raya training as a kid and appreciated that Disney didn't feel the need to give her a prince, which has become a new trend that Disney have started for their new generation of princess movies. The OG princess Snow White isn't the most interesting princess that Disney has put on screen and isn't given anywhere near as much character development as later Disney princesses. I did, however, think that Ginnifer Goodwin was a phenomenal Snow, aka Mary Margaret from Once Upon a Time. Pocahontas is the first Disney princess to be based on a real-life person. Pocahontas and John Smith had great chemistry together, but other than the scenes with John Smith, Pocahontas wasn't a very interesting character on her own. There's a huge gap between Pocahontas and my next pick, Jasmine. Every princess starting from Jasmine I consider to at the very least be a solid 7 out of 10. I appreciated that Jasmine was a very unconventional princess in that she didn't want to rush into an arranged marriage, which would have been more of a business transaction than for love. As much as I'm in the minority, I preferred Naomi Scott's take on Jasmine in the 2019 remake, but that's not to take any credit away from Linda Larkin, as both actors gave A-tier performances as two very different iterations of Jasmine. Merida is the only Pixar princess so far. Although I personally thoroughly enjoyed the character and film for what it was, Brave is often regarded as a bottom-tier Pixar movie. So my guess is that Pixar now leaves princess movies to Disney Animation, whilst Pixar continue to produce unique outside-of-the-box films not related to princesses. Merida was the first Disney princess who stayed single by the end of her film, and ironically every Disney princess after Merida has stayed single by the end of their respective films. Ariel started a new era for Disney princesses, where every princess starting from Ariel was given her own interesting personality and wasn't overshadowed by a prince, unlike their 3 previous princesses, Cinderella, Aurora and Snow White. On saying that, Ariel is boy crazy obsessed with Eric, who she hadn't even spoken to before. But Ariel is an interesting enough character that she could stand on her own, even if Eric was removed from the main plot entirely. Tiana was Disney's first ever black princess. I adored her great work ethic and down-to-earth personality and can't wait for her TV show coming to Disney Plus next year. Belle is another very unconventional Disney princess. I liked how she fell for an ugly beast with a huge heart rather than the strong, handsome but arrogant male who's admired by every other female in the town. As a kid, I just couldn't get into Mulan, either the film or character. I enjoy her so much more now that I'm older and now better understand how much she was willing to put on the line for her father. She has the best fight scenes from any Disney movie. And fun fact, Mulan has the highest kill count of any Disney character. Rapunzel has so much more charisma than any other Disney princess. She's much stronger than most other Disney princesses, and even though she was a prisoner, she manages to keep herself happy and busy locked in the tower. The Tangled series supposedly adds more depth to Rapunzel's character, but as I've only watched the film, I'm placing Rapunzel at number 2. There's absolutely nothing that I disliked about Moana's character. The animators made Moana look much more realistic than any other princess that they've worked on. Ollie Cravola is one of my favourite actresses because of her amazing performance as Moana. She has a beautiful singing voice and seems very genuine based on her interviews. Overall, Moana is probably Disney's most positive role model for young girls, and I'm glad that the character is getting the love that she deserves, with the Moana show coming in 2023. Thanks for watching the video. Feel free to leave your favourite Disney princesses in the comment section below.